Hi everybody, in this video I'll be showing you how to use Vlookup but with a twist. Let's say you have a data set like this and you can see that you have duplicate entries here. For example, Chris is mentioned here 4 times, right? And you all know that Vlookup only picks up the first instance. Now how can you use Vlookup to extract the values where you have duplicate entries? So let's say we have data validation here and we can choose whichever person to show the sale and the region. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use the COUNTIF formula. So I can use COUNTIF like this. Excel is asking us for a range, so I click on this cell where my name starts, and using the shift and the semicolon I get the same B3 reference. Now you need to click F2 on your keyboard so that this point becomes edit, right? And you can use your keystrokes or your left key to come to the first B3 cell. Click on your F4 function key so that this becomes as an absolute reference. You can go back, press a comma, click the F2 button so that this edit mode comes into enter, and you can come out and click on B3 again. Now what this cell does is basically it's saying that take the range from the first cell and keep on continuing right down till the end, accumulating all the cells one by one, right? So as soon as I press enter, it gives me 1. So basically it's taking the range from this cell to the same cell. You can see from B3 to B3. Obviously if you count, it will give you only one name, which is Chris. If I drag this down now, you can see as soon as I reach to the second Chris, it gives me 2, right? So if I drag the same thing right down till the end, it should show me number 3 for Chris and number 4 for Chris. Now what I need to do is I need to join this number 1 with the name. So I can do that coming to the formula bar, use an ampersand and click on this cell and press enter. Right, so it gives me 1 Chris, 2 Chris, 3 Chris and 4 Chris, right? So now we can use this in Vlookup. So before I use the Vlookup function, I just want to show you another function which I will be using inside the Vlookup, which is the row function. If I use the row function and I open and close the bracket and I hit enter, it gives me 4. Because right now I'm sitting in row number 4, right? So this is important in the Vlookup formula. So I'll just type equals Vlookup, and here I use the row function. If I use the row function, because I'm sitting in row number 2, I need 1, right, to get this one. So all I can do is I can minus 1 here. So basically this will be, if I just highlight this part and click on F9, it shows me 2. So 2 minus 1 will give me 1. So that should give me 1. And I need to join this now with the name. And I need to lock this reference using the F4 function key. That becomes my lookup value. Now I need to specify the table array. The table array is nothing but this complete table. And I need to use the F4 function key. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for the sales, which is in the third column, 1, 2 and 3. So I specify 3 and then I press a comma and I use false and I close the bracket. So the same function I can use for the region now. Click on F2. Instead of number 3 here, I need the region, which is in the 4th column, so I change that and I get USA, right? So let's check if this is correct. The first instance of Chris says 10 and USA, that's correct. Now what we need to do is we need to highlight this and drag the column down as many rows as you want. So you can see that you have all the values for Chris. So the second instance shows 329, which is UK, which is correct. The third instance is now showing 146 for UAE, and the fourth instance 72 for UK. Now the NAs, what we can do is we can wrap this inside the if error formula like this. So you take if error, so we say that if this part is an error, we want to show a blank. Click on enter, drag the formula down so that this gives us blank values, and the same thing we can use here. If error, come right down to the end, open inverted commas, close inverted commas, close the bracket, hit enter and drag it down, and you get your blank values. Now you can choose any names you want and this becomes dynamic. So I hope you enjoyed this video, Vlookup with duplicate entries. Hope to see you in the next video, and thanks for watching.